Good morning, class. Today we are going to learn about using addition and subtraction to solve problems using whole numbers. I want to start this class by saying I'm sorry. I want to apologize to everyone. I bought two pens, a pink and a black, but for whatever reason, the black will not work. So we're working with pink today. I want to start off by saying that using addition and subtraction to solve problems using whole numbers may seem a little overwhelming. But it actually can be quite simple, class. There's many different ways that you can do it, and there's lots of different options and visuals we can use to learn how to do it. The easiest and best way to start is by using decomposition. So when we use decomposition of a number, we take a really big number that kind of feels a little overwhelming to us, and we break it down into smaller, more manageable pieces, so that way we can figure out the problem at hand. I'm going to show you a few examples. So say you have 498 and you want to add 364. So we're going to break down these numbers using their number place. So we've got 4 in the hundreds place, plus we've got 9 tens, and we've got 8 in the ones. So we've broken down 498 into 498. Then we're going to take 364 and we're going to break it down. We've got 3 in the hundreds, 6 in the tens, and then we've got 4 in the ones. So we're going to take our ones and add them together, and what do we get? We're going to get 1 in the tens place and 2 in the ones place now. Then we're going to take our tens place, we're going to add them together. So we've got the 9 and the 6, which is going to be 150, because we've got 15 now in the tens place. Then finally, we're going to take our hundreds place. We're going to add the 400 and the 300. So 4 and 3 is 7. So now we've got 700, 15 tens, and 12, well, that'd be 1 in the tens and 2 in the singles. So when we add those together, we've got, let's add just these two. So then we've got 162 plus 700. So we add 7 to the hundreds place, which is going to make it 862. See, we've taken our big numbers that felt overwhelming and we kind of broke them down into smaller numbers, and we're able to figure out the number pretty simply. Now this works the same way for subtraction. So let's do a subtraction problem together. Okay, we're going to do a subtraction problem. So let's say we have 369, and we want to subtract, let's do 231. So we're going to break them down. So we've got 2 in the hundreds place, 3 in the tens place, and 1 in the ones. And then we've got 300, 6 in the tens place, and 9. So let's break that down. So we've got 9 minus 1. What's that? That's going to be 8. And then we've got 6 minus 6 in the tens. So we've got 6 tens minus 3 tens, which is going to give us 3. And then we've got 3 minus 2, which is 1. So when we break that down, it just gives us a little simpler and easier way to get to our number. So we've got 138. Let's do a couple more just to make sure everybody understands what we're doing. We'll do another addition to start. So let's think of a big number. Can anybody think of one? Okay. 548. And we're going to add 221. Okay. Okay, so let's see. How can we break that down? So we've got 5 in the hundreds place. Okay. And then we're going to have how many in the tens place? 4. Perfect. And then what do we got left for the ones place? 8. Okay, you guys are getting it. All right, now we're gonna break down our 221. So that's gonna be 2 in the hundreds place plus 2 tens. Yep, that's right. And 1 in the ones. Okay, so let's add it together. So in our ones, we've got 8 and 1, and that makes 9. Then we've got 4 in the tens place and 2 in the tens place. That's gonna give us 60, yes, correct. Then we've got 5 in the hundred spot and 2 in the hundred spot. What would that be? 700. Okay. So 700 plus 6 tens plus 9 ones. What would that give us? Okay, yeah, we can do it. 6 in the 9 would make it 69. And then we'll add 7 in the hundreds place. So that's going to give us a total of 769. Yes, perfect, perfect. It's getting pretty easy, right? The more we break it down, the easier it's going to get. We'll do one more subtraction as well. Okay, so let's do any suggestions? Okay, so 782 minus 230. Okay, 30. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's break those down. So we've got 7 in the hundreds place, 8 tens. Oh, don't want to do that. 2 in the ones place. Let's not do that. I don't want to confuse you. Okay. Nope, that's not good either. Okay. Then we're going to break this down. It's 2 in the hundreds place, 3 in the tens place, and nothing in the ones place on this one. So we'll add a 0 just so we don't forget it. Okay. So now we're going to subtract those. So we've got the 700. Oh, let's do it this way. We got the 200 minus the 0. What does that give us? 2 minus 0. Okay, that's 2. Perfect. Now we've got the 8s. We've got the 8 tens minus the 3 tens. What's that give us? 5. Perfect. So we've got a 5 in the tens place. And then we've got 7 hundreds and minus the 2 hundreds. Okay, that's going to be 552. Perfect. Okay, that's a good way to break down really big numbers. That's what we're doing. We're breaking down really big numbers and we're going to make them a little bit more manageable for us. Sometimes we have to take a whole bunch of little numbers and add them together to give us a bigger number to make us feel a little more confident. It's easier for us to work sometimes when you take a bunch of little numbers and add them together to get your bigger number. And sometimes you take the bigger number and add them down. Now an example of that would be, oh, let's see. We want to take our friends to the skating rink for our birthday. Yeah, that sounds fun. So first, we have to pay $125 to rent the skating rink for the day. But the thing about the skating rink is you gotta rent the shoes. Okay, so how many friends are we thinking we'll bring? 8, okay. So you're gonna have 8 friends. But shoe rental is $5 each. So you've got 1 friend, 2 friend, 3 friend, 4 friend, 5 friend, 6 friend, 7 friend, and 8 friend. Okay, so now we've got all these numbers. We've got 9 numbers here. Let's add them up to get our total. So we know 5 and 5. That makes 10. Yes, correct. So we'll do that. Okay, so now we've got 125 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10. Okay, so what do we want to do? Yeah, we'll add these 10s together. So now we've got 20 plus another 20. That's right. Okay, now we've just got 2 numbers we can work with. Okay, we'll add them together. That's right. So that would be 40. Okay, so do we pay $40 for the party? No, that's right. We still have to add our rental fee. So we pay the 125 plus the 40. Now, you can just add these 2 together, but if you don't feel confident enough to add these 2 together, you can break this one down if that makes it a little more simple. So you would break it down into 100 in the ones place, 2 tens, 5 singles, and then plus your 4 in the tens place. So when we add that together, you put the 2 in the tens places together, so that makes 6 in the tens place, plus the 5, plus the 100. Then you're going to add those together as well. So when you add all 3 of those together, you get 165. Perfect. Okay, that's a good example of how we have to break stuff down to make it easier, but also sometimes how we have to add stuff up to make it seem a little simpler. It really just varies on what the problem is and how you can use the knowledge that we are gaining to solve the problem. Now, another thing about addition and subtraction when you're solving problems is sometimes you actually have to solve both addition and subtraction to get your answer. And you're thinking, how can I do both? It's really simple. You just have to break it down one piece at a time. I'll give you an example. Okay, say you go to the beach, and on the beach there's a surfboard shop where they do surfboard rentals. Susie works there, and she knows that every morning when they start, they have 579 surfboards. Now, her boss calls her that day at noon and says, Susie, how many surfboards do we have? Susie knows at this point they have rented out 213. So we're going to break these down. We're going to subtract the 579 from 213. So we've got 5 in the hundreds place, 7 in the tens place, and 9 in the ones. Then we also have 2 in the hundreds place, 1 in the tens place, and 3 in the ones. So we do 9 minus 3, 6, and then we do 70 minus 10, which is 6, and we do the 5 minus the 2, 500 minus 200, which is going to be 366. So they started with 579 and they rented out 213. Now you think the answer might end right there at 366, but the thing is, Susie had also taken back in some surfboards. Some people came super early in the morning and then they dropped them back off before her boss had asked the question. So at this time, 103 have come back. So we're gonna add 103 to the 366. So we've got 3 in the hundreds place, 6 in the tens place, and 6 in the ones. Then we have 100, 1 in the hundreds place, nothing in the tens place, and 3 in the ones. So we got 3, the ones, we got 6 and 3, which is 9. 6 tens and 0 tens, that's right, 6 tens. And then we've got 3 and 1, 3 hundreds and 100, which is 4. So Susie will tell her boss that there is 469 surfboards in the shop. Yeah. Okay, so that's a good example. And another good example would be maybe going to a public library. So every morning there's always a different number, and if the librarian wanted to figure it out at the end of the day what her numbers is, she'd be able to do that math by using both addition and subtraction, just like we just did. So let's say there's 999 books at the beginning of the day. While we're there throughout the day, we're going to have 647 checked out. So we're going to subtract 647 from 999. So that would be 9 in the hundreds place, 9 in the tens place, and 9 in the ones place. And then it would be 6 in the hundreds place, 4 in the tens place, and 7 in the ones place. So 9 minus 7 is 2. 9 minus 6 is 3. And then 9, oh, I messed up. Ooh, drew the line a little too short. Let's do that again. Okay, 9 minus 4. Okay. So we've got, let's just start over real quick on that one because I messed up. I don't want to confuse anybody, including myself. Okay, so we've got 9 minus 7, 2. Okay, and then we've got 9 in the tens place minus the 4 in the tens place, so that's 5. And then we've got 9 minus the 6, so that would be 3. Okay, so we are at 352. But throughout the day, we had people bring books back as well as pick books up. So let's say 269 people dropped their 269 books got dropped off. So we're going to take 3 in the hundreds place plus 5 in the tens place. Yes, plus 2 in the ones place. And then you've got 2 in the hundreds place plus 6 in the tens place. Good. Plus 9. Okay, so let's add that up. This time, let's make sure we pay attention to our places. Okay, 2 and 9. Okay, that's 1 in the tens place and 1 in the ones place. Plus we've got 5 in the tens place plus 6 in the tens place. So that would be 1 in the hundreds place plus 10 in the tens place. Then we've got 300 plus 200, which would make 5 in the hundreds place. So then let's add up our hundreds place, would be 6. Ooh, that's a silly 6. My goodness. Okay, so we've got 6 in the hundreds place plus 1 in the tens place and 1 in the tens place, which would make 2 in the tens place plus 1 in the ones place. So when we add those together, we got 621. So the number of the books at the end of the day started at 999, ended at 621. That's a good way to show that sometimes we have to do subtraction and then we have to do addition. Now, a good way to teach this for the learners that like to visually see the process is to use a number line. So I'm going to draw us a little number line. And we're going to do a problem, we're going to put it on there. Okay, let's pick a number. We'll start easy, okay. So we'll do 75 minus 45, okay. So our problem here, we want a 45 on the number line. We want to get 45 and then 75 is right here. So how would we easily get from this spot to this spot? Okay, yeah. So let's break down the numbers. Okay, yeah. So we've got 7 in the tens place and 5 in the ones. And then we've got 4 in the tens place and 5 in the ones. So our one places already match up. So really all we got to do is make our tens match up. So when we think about 7 and we subtract 4 from it, how many places do we need to go? We need to hop 30. So if we go 30 places, we've got 75. So that would mean 75 plus 30 equals 45. Oh my gosh, no it doesn't. What am I doing? I meant to say 45. Sorry. 45 plus 30 equals 75. But in the same, we can swap that around using the number line, things that we know. So we can do kind of what I was just doing, but got a little ahead of myself. We can do 75 minus 30 equals 45. See how you can swap those around, and it means it's like it's the same. Addition and math, addition and subtraction can come together. They're very similar. So you've got 45 plus 30 equals 75, or you can do 75 minus 30. So let's see, 75, go back 30, you get 45. Or you do 45 and you go forward 30 and you're getting 75. Perfect, yeah. Let's do another couple of these. Let's get a little different on the numbers here. Let's use a little bit bigger. So let's do 3s. Yeah, 3 number places. Okay. Okay, we got our number line. Okay, let's think of a problem we could do together. Okay, let's do 578. And we want to get to 989. Okay, so let's put that on here. 989. And then we're here at 578. Okay, so what can we do? We can break the numbers down and see where we're at. We're at 5 in the hundreds place, 7 in the tens place, and 8 in the ones place. And we want to get to 9 in the hundreds place, 8 in the tens place, and 9 in the ones place. Okay, what's the first thing we want to do to get us the matching? So let's see, 8 to 9. We want the 8 to become a 9. So what do? Hop one space. And then we're at 579. So we added one space. Okay, so now we're both at the 9s. Let's see, what can we do to get our 10s to match? So this is 70, but we want to get it to 80. Right, so we just hop up 10 little spaces, and then we're at 589. So we've added 10 little spaces. So now we're at 589, but we still want to get to 989. So we've got our hundreds place at 5, and we wanted to get it to 9. What should we do? Hop 400. Woo! That's a big jump. So we've added 400, plus we hopped 10, plus we hopped 1. So that would be 411. So 578 plus 411 equals 989. There we go. We've got the question. We've got the answer to our question. Perfect. But just like I showed you earlier, they can kind of be flip-flopped. So if you do 989 and you subtract 411, you're going to get 578, which was our starting number. Yeah, does anybody have any questions so far? Okay, how can you get from a 1-digit number to a 3-digit number? Okay, let's give it a try. Okay, so let's say we want to start with 4 on our number line. And we want to get it to 327. Well, here's our number line. We want to hop that far. And it does seem like a big hop, which seems kind of scary, but if you break it down like we've been breaking it down, it's going to show you how not scary it is. They are big hops, and it seems scary, but it's not. So let's break it down. This one, very simple breakdown. We've only got 4 in the one spot. We don't have any other thing. We don't have to break it down any further than where it's at right now. But this number has got 3 place values, ones, tens, and hundreds. So let's break that down. We got 3 in the hundreds, plus we've got 2 in the tens, plus we've got 7 in the ones. So what's going to be our easiest hop? Our first hop on the number line is going to be we want to get our ones to match. So we've got 4 and we want to get to 7. So we would hop 1, 2, 3. That's right. Just hop whoop, over here to 7. 3. Okay. So now our ones are matching. So now we need to get our 2s to match. Our 10s to match, I'm sorry. So we've got 2 in the tens place. That's right. So we're hopping over here to 27. So we've gone from 4 to 27 very easily. Okay, so what's left? Now we just need to get the 100 places to match up. So we don't have anything here, but we have 3 here. Yes, 3 in the 100th place. So we're gonna hop from 27, woo, all the way to 327. And you see, we've made it from one end of the number line all the way to the other super easy. So we've added we hopped 3, then we hopped 20, and finally we hopped 300. So that's gonna bring our total to, that's right, 327, which is just where we want it to be. Okay, now some people do like the number line. I love the number line. It's a good way to visually represent what we're talking about. But some people like to see physical things as well. So I brought this bag of candy. Now, in this bag, there is 58 water taffies. 58. Okay, and what if I wanted to give everybody in this class one? Okay, so how many is that? Okay, 21. So, let's see if we have enough to give everybody a piece of candy. So let's break it down. We've got 50 in the tens and 8 in the ones. And then we've got 2 in the tens and 1 in the ones. So, we're going to take the 8 from the 1, and we've got 7. Then we're going to take the 5 and the 5 from the tens and the 2 in the tens, and we're going to have 37. So would that be enough for everybody to have one? Yes. Okay, so everybody can have 1 water taffy. Now, would we be able to give everybody 2 water taffies? Okay, let's find out. So we've got 37, and we want to give 21 more out. So let's break it down. We've got 3 in the tens place plus 7, and then we've got 2 in the tens place plus 1 in the ones. Okay, so we take the 7 and we subtract it from the 1. We've got 6, and then we take the 3 and we subtract it from the 3 in the tens, and we subtract it from the 2 in the tens, and what do we get? 1. So we can still have everybody getting 2 water taffies for everybody. Okay, so now we've got 16. Can we give 1 more? No, because we all know that 21 is greater than 16. So everybody would have 2 pieces, and then we'd have 16 I get to take home. Another way to represent it in the physical world would be with a case of water. I brought this case of water, and it shows that there is 40 water bottles in here. So this case started with 40, but as you can tell, it's missing some. So we started with 40, but we're missing some. So how many are we missing? And currently, there's 32 water bottles in here. So, how do we find how many water bottles I drank? Yeah, okay, so let's subtract them. We got 40 in the tens place, nothing in the ones place. Then we got 3 in the tens place and 2 in the ones place. So, we're gonna do 2, and then 4 tens and 3 tens is 4 tens minus 3 tens is 1. Oh yeah, I did that wrong. That was, oh. Sorry about that, messed that up. So there's 40 water bottles. And we don't know how many I drank. That's what I did wrong. I did that backwards. Okay. There's 32 water bottles left, plus what equals the 40. So we got to get to the 40. Sorry about that. Okay. So I drank 8 of the water bottles. Now, does anybody have any questions at the moment? No? Okay, well here's what we're going to do. We're going to get into groups of 3, Everybody's going to get grouped together, and I want you guys to work on your own problems. I want you to come up with different ways to solve problems using addition and subtraction with whole numbers. Now, while the three of you are working on your problems, I want one of you to make the problem and then the other two to solve it. And then I want you guys to switch places and keep making, everybody makes a problem and everybody solves it, and you work together to show how you solved it. While you guys are doing that, I'm going to have a timeline up here on the board. And I'm going to call you up here one at a time individually. And I'm going to give you a problem, and I'm going to have you solve it using the number line for me. So that way I can understand that, I can make sure that everybody understands the number line. Now, also, when you come up here, if you have any questions about any other way that we solve things, we can talk about it and go over it together so each individual can ask me different questions. Does everybody understand? Okay, perfect. Who wants to go first?